Hey guys, Coach Davor from Tennis Haus. Today, tennis versus pickleball, or pickleball versus tennis. And it's going to be an interesting video because I never had a person coming that never played tennis before. They only played for 2 years pickleball. So I just want to show like 2-3 things that I saw where I was like a little bit astonished. And yeah, I'm gonna just stay with me. You're gonna see what it is. It's kind of funny too, but nothing major. You're gonna enjoy this video hopefully. If you like what we do, as always, subscribe, turn the notification button on, and let's get to it. So the first thing the pickleball player that came to me and never played tennis before was doing is on every single ball we hit in the warm-up in the service box, what they did is that every ball that came, they hit open stands. There's not one. I thought first there's a camera somewhere. So the ball comes when we warm up and they hit every ball like this. And they were always open. So that was kind of an interesting thing because in tennis you will need you need everything. You need the semi-open, you need the open, and you need the closed stands as well. In order to have the best of both worlds, from angular momentum to linear momentum. So that was kind of one thing, was quite interesting to see. And actually in that lesson, they still struggled to close the stance. And that was kind of a little, I think it's a habit you have to work on to fix that. So that was the first thing, especially in tennis. When you come in, you're going to get a lot of short balls, so you cannot run up to the service line and hit like this and then you run forward. So that doesn't work in tennis. So in tennis we have the hop step where you run in and to be as efficient as you can to run up, or you use, when you pushed out the court a little bit, you use the outside leg, you jump to the left leg and run forward. So that footwork dimension is a little bit different obviously than in pickleball. So that was the first thing. So as I said, it was kind of funny because every single time, no matter what, everything was like open. Okay. So the second thing is, that was bothering me a little bit because the pickleball player stopped every time they swung like this a lot, right? So, you know, you get a lot of fast balls in pickleball, we have to react. So it's just like the short motion. So for tennis, not ideally, since you want to have, the court is way bigger, right? You have a little bit more time. You want to have a good take back where the strings point, I call it, to the crowd. Your upper body is rotated, the arms are out here, and when you hit, you want to follow through, no matter where, here, high, low, but you have that follow through because the court is bigger. You need to penetrate that ball and put pressure on your opponent. So that was another thing, and that the pickleball player on both sides, back in as well, they always stopped here. So every time they stopped the motion, there was no fluidity in there. So tennis is all about, when the ball comes, has to be fluent, right? So there's no abrupt stopping. So I don't know how long it's going to take to fix that, but yeah, you need to go with the flow. The racket is like heavy, it's like 300 grams, right? Most of the rackets 290 or like 10.45 ounces. So that racket has to work for you. And then the third thing that I saw is that the pickleball players that played, as I said earlier, they didn't have a really good take back. It was more like this short motion here, and this was, you know, showing obviously as well. Like they took the racket till here and tried to push it. So they basically went from zero acceleration. So there was no loop, and that's when I'm teaching. You know, like in tennis, you cannot get the racket straight down. You start from zero acceleration and you go to 100. That doesn't work. It's a nice fluent motion. You never stop. You're over the ball and then you're a little bit under the ball and go up and hit it. So you have already here, with this motion here, you have a little bit momentum going for you. And then not just bringing the racket down and starting to hit. So the pickleball player was doing that a lot. So that's my take back on those things. On the positive end, they good reflexes. So when we did volleys, the player had like really good reflexes, and the grip kind of was decent, continental, and they were like being able in tennis as well to transfer it, to make sure that they were looking good on those volleys. So that was a really positive thing. And the reaction time was really good, so they were never like super late or something. So overall, when people always ask me, look, pickleball is a great sport. When they take tennis courts away, that's not maybe the best scenario. If they build new ones, it's great. I think it can coexist. But I think pickleball players that start to play tennis should be aware of those three things that I mentioned, that I saw. That's just one of those three things where, like, you know, the follow through is so important in tennis. A nice smooth take back and not hitting so much out of the arm. You know, those things are crucial for tennis. And then the stances. So can you learn those? Yes, obviously it's going to take a little bit to break a habit, right? But overall, pickleball is easy to pick up, I think, and to play. Going only from pickleball to tennis, then there's some adjustments you will have to do. But I always say, like, I'm glad people move and do things. And yeah, I just wanted to show you guys that experience and share the experience with you guys. And write me in the comment section if you're a pickleball player that started to play tennis, if you have some like similar hard times on those things I mentioned, or anything that you guys found. Write that in the comment section. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. I thought it would be fun to compare a little bit pickleball with tennis, and go get that weekend and have a great weekend, guys.